game number 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals here on EA Sports. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Seated next to Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Sixers coming into play. They were the surprise winners in Game 1. And as a visiting club, just getting one of those first 2 games so important. They've got a chance now to get both.
And what a performance in Game 1. You steal the opener on the road, you take a home court advantage right away. Now you got the opportunity to take real control and take a 2-0 lead back to your place for Game 3.
No good. And showing off the outside touch. Nicely done. Sixers get it back. A pass taken away by the Celtics. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Embiid lets it fly from long range. That won't go. The follow won't go either. Parker into the front court. Just underway. Happier with us for Game 2. And stuffs it down.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Al Horford rejects it. Boston with the basketball. Lays it up and in.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
He gets it. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. Parker and a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
To Parker. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Jabari Parker snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Parker with it. Leads 4. To Marcus Smart. And the nice finish at the rim.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
Good look that time, but off the mark.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. To Parker. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Parker into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. To Horford. Fires the 3. His first effort off the mark. Nothing going here on that drive. Won't go down. To Jaylen Brown. Shot from the lane won't go.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chippy.
To the rim. Flushes down the slam. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Nothing going here on that drive. James Harden, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Horford. Parker. Horford. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
To Harden. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. To Jaylen Brown. Baseline drive. Nice finish at the rim.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
James Harden. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Horford. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Al Horford trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Jaylen Brown. Parker. Tough shot. Well defended. Jason Tatum sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
To Parker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Did enough to bother Jabari Parker. Shot off the mark. Missed a wide open look.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
To Parker. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Harden. Marcus Smart swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Tobias Harris gets the 2.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Nothing going here on that drive. Parker. To Horford. Turns and slams it down. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Al Horford with a piece. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Harden. Shot won't go.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
To Jaylen Brown. Tobias Harris with the block. Harden with the basketball. They trail by 7. Has a chance. Harden shot, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Smart shot, no good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Jaylen Brown. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Enes Kanter, huge block.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
There it is, Al Horford. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Horford to Marcus Smart. Now a steal on a very lazy pass there. From the painted area, won't go down. Horford. And finishes strong. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Danny Green. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Jaylen Brown. Oh, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Kanter to Jaylen Brown. Kanter. Tatum. He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack it to the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Kanter. Jason Tatum pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Horford. Can't connect from inside. And a pass stolen by Boston. Danny Green tips it. It's rebounded by the Celtics. Late heave to beat the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. We're back with more after this. You're watching the Eastern Conference Finals on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Celtics have it. To Horford. The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Marcus Smart able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Cantor, nice pace, sets it up and slams it down. Jay, we're seeing more of the same to start the second.
It's called settle for more. Just because a defender gives you space doesn't mean that you need to take the jump shot. Keep attacking the rim. It will open up eventually.
Marcus Smart sends it away. Enes Cantor rejects it. Tough make through traffic.
Come on, DJ. Give the people what they want. I want that for my screensaver.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Count the basket inside.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
Nice pass to set things up.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Done. To Marcus Smart. From long range. Tough shot there for Chris Dunn. No good. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Done. Couple of cracks at the line now.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First free throw is good. Two for two on that trip. Chris Dunn snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Jabari Parker rocking the rim. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
And the reward, he's going to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
James Harden, couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First one goes down. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. To Parker. Tatum. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Off the penetration. Almost, but no good. Now pass stolen by the Sixers. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Anthony Tolliver at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 77% at the line. And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. To Cantor. Parker. Boston with 4 to shoot. To Parker. Jabari Parker. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
And his canter above the rim.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds it inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
The drive right to the basket. Can't connect from in close. To Parker. Here comes the screen. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Off the mark on the first free throw.
Stepping in for the Philadelphia 76ers, number 33, Tobias Harris.
Missed the second as well. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
Joel Embiid sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Tobias Harris. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. 4-3. Knocks down the first. Second and 3. Got it.
NBA Playoffs 20223 round games and highlights will be coming up next on the Inspiriverse Network channel.
Parker with it. His team on top by 13. Tatum with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Embiid to Tobias Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Tobias Harris has got 2 shots coming. A career 81% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Celtics have it. To Parker. And gets to the basket. Jay, he knew exactly where he was going with it.
Stepping east, then stepping west, and laying the ball right down the line.
Covering all areas of the map. Brown with it up top. His guys up by 15. Tobias Harris swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot?
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Danny Green. To Tobias Harris. For 3. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line. Jaylen Brown, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 65% free throw shooter. First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2.
Oh, yeah, get your money, man.
Danny Green to Tobias Harris. Fires the three. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Horford. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Has a look. Shot misses there by Smart. To Harden. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
To Marcus Smart. Horford to Marcus Smart. Work it down to Brown. Rocking the rim.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Boston with the basketball. To Horford. Deep right corner. Jabari Parker. Now 3 for 9.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And the finish at the rim.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
To Parker. To Horford. Driving right to the pin.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Beyond the arc for 3. Danny Green is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 81% free throw shooter. First free throw is good.
I like that.
And he hits the second. Whoops, that won't go. And scores.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Knocked loose. And count the basket.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Celtics have it. To Horford. Joel Embiid with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Embiid. Joel Embiid. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Brown into the front court. The lead is 11. To Horford. Stuffs it down with authority. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
The NBA Playoffs 2022-23 round Game 2 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 4 Dallas Mavericks, Seed 3 Golden
Celtics
State
have it.
Warriors.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Tobias Harris with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Danny Green. Can't slam it down. Ball's controlled by Boston. And the two for Al Horford getting to the rim.
Ed, see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Harden to the basket, but his shot stays out. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Brown. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Danny Green is going to get 3 shots here, shooting 66% in this contest. First one goes down. It's a second. One more coming.
Oh, good shot, boy.
It's all 3 free throws. Long key from 3/4 court. We've reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Celtics put together a nice half and were rewarded with a solid lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics. The 76ers were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Assists.
The Philadelphia 76ers struggled to play the angles and allowed too many passing lanes to exist. However, some credit has to go to their opponents for the way they move the ball. They've been taking advantage of the situation.
Player of the half.
The NBA Playoffs 2022-23 round Game 2 is now live streaming on the Inspiriverse Network channel. Seed 4 Philadelphia 76ers, Seed 2 Boston C.
Who was gold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
To Horford. The drive, right to the basket.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
And scores. Strong take.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Easy path to the rim.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
To Parker. To Marcus Smart. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
To Horford. James Harden, huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Tatum. Oh, that's how it's done.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Harden to Tobias Harris. Here's a chance from long range. That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Jabari Parker rocking the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Sixers control. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Parker into the front court. The lead is 15. To Horford. Here comes the screen. To Horford. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
And he finishes at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Brown, down low. Joel Embiid pins it. Oh, he's denied.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Nothing going here on that drive. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Parker to Marcus Smart. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Marcus Smart at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Cruises inside for two.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Shot from in close, no good. To Danny Green. Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
To Cantor. Harden in possession. His guys down 11. Embiid, good for two.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
To Parker. To Marcus Smart. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Al Horford tips it. Fourth this contest.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Brown with it up top. The lead stands at 9. And it's Cantor. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Doesn't have it. And a putback slam.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Parker. And it's Cantor above the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Time to shuffle things up. Missed it. How'd that not go down?
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Jaylen Brown at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Brown's free throw, good. And the Celtics add one more to their lead. Now it's Harden at the controls. To Tobias Harris. Goes reverse to lay it in.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Marcus Smart. Parker. 24-second violation. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Embiid. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Celtics have it. Dunn. To Parker. Probing the defense. And takes it away. To Embiid. Going to launch beyond the arc. Rebound taken by Parker. To Chris Dunn. Tobias Harris able to recover with the block. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Tobias Harris. Parker. Now a steal by Philly. To Danny Green. Jabari Parker sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Harden to Danny Green. Fires the three. Long Island zone. Danny Green with the three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Parker to Jaylen Brown. Tatum. No good. That's great defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Done. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal. Jason Tatum rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Had a chance, but it's no good. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Deep two there. Won't go. Jaylen Brown snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
To Jaylen Brown. Done. To Jaylen Brown. Great dish to set it up. Tobias Harris sends it away. Done. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Brown with the three with a hand in his face.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Parker with it. It's an 8-point lead. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. It's a big finish.
Used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Screen coming. To Cantor. Horford to Chris Dunn. From long range. Tough shot there for Chris Dunn. No good. To Jordan. Enes Kanter swats it. That's out. Last touch by Enes Kanter. Substitution being made in this one. And a pass stolen by Boston. has a chance. Dunn shot, that misses. Nothing going here on that drive. Jordan to Harden. 4-3. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Parker. James Harden with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Short jumper misses. Harris. For 3. And he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. Taken by the Sixers. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
Nope. First one does not go. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Boston with the basketball. Cashes in for 2.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Nothing going here on that drive. Jason Tatum with the block. Deep 3 at the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete with the Celtics in front. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Philadelphia with the basketball. Shot from the lane won't go. The follow won't go either. Dunn to Cantor. And it's Cantor. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Embiid. Got it.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Dunn to Cantor. Horford to Parker. Off the assist.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Celtics have it. Dunn to Horford. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. Parker to Cantor. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Now that's a contest. Jabari Parker. Huge block. And one. Embiid. Good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. They're back within a bucket. Ball's controlled by Boston. Parker kicks it around the perimeter. Fires the three. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Enes Kanter pins it. Jaylen Brown tips it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Celtics have it to Chris Dunn. Surveys the floor. To Chris Dunn. Nothing going here on that drive. Won't go. Harris to Embiid. Nothing going here on that drive. Runner here won't go down. Horford to Parker. Jabari Parker rocking the rim.
Oh, right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Had a good look there, but it's no good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Driving right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Flushes it home.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Knocked loose. Sixers have it. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Parker. To Danny Green. Count the basket at the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Marcus Smart. Beyond the arc for three. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Taken by the Sixers. To Harden. Here's a chance from long range. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from long range. He's going to keep shooting them, but he misses yet again. Knocks it down off the step back.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Now it's Harden controlling the offense. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Count the bucket for 2.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
Whoa! What a finish!
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Parker. To Horford. The pass set it all up.
But did you see the way he was able to do it, Ed? Did you see him constantly probe the defense by maintaining his dribble? Ultimately, if you keep your eyes on all the other defenders, they will lose track of where the ball is. That's where you slip a quick pass in for an easy dime.
Boston with the basketball. Short jumper stays out.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Gets to the basket and scores.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Jabari Parker able to recover with the block.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Parker into the front court, up by 6. Sixers have it. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Time for some new personnel into the game. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
To Parker. And stuffs it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Knocked loose. DeAndre Jordan sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Parker goes to the left side. To Horford. Gets it in the left corner. Can't connect. To Harden. Cleaning the offensive glass. Draws the contact. And Jordan will go to the line to shoot two.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Celtics have it. To Cantor. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Harden with it up top. His guys trail now by 4. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. To Parker. Nothing going here on that drive. Al Horford going to the line to shoot two.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
Al Horford has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out. To Parker. Tobias Harris rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Off the assist.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Count it.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by DeAndre Jordan. It'll stay Celtic basketball. The opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. And too much contact.
And you can't lunge like that.
Parker, knocked loose. Nice work inside from Jabari Parker.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Oh, could have sealed it, but it's no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
No, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Knocked loose. Sixers have the basketball. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, could have sealed it, but it's no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Jaylen Brown. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers. Tobias Harris gets the 2.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Sixers have it. Tobias Harris above the rim.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
It's a victory here for the Celtics. They've taken the upper hand in this best-of-7 series, a 2-games-to-none lead. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics edged out a close victory in today's game. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The 76ers lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Assists.
You can tell both of these teams feel very comfortable in their offensive systems. There was plenty of great playmaking in this contest.
Player of the game.
Al Horford was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.